Wonder if you could zoom out here. Got this new tripod, but it's kind of small. It's hard to get everything in one shot. Hey, everybody. Just painting. Probably gonna start with the lava here. Just starting, so I'm just getting the paint already. Oh, this brush is going bad. That ain't good. Sorry if my hand's in the frame. Almost ready. There we go. I think I got it. Starting the lava. Let me make sure it's in the frame. Okay. Kind of just going to be starting with like the lower value tones. Kind of these deep red colors and going lighter from there. gonna be really fun once you start adding a lot more of the lighter tones. Really start to look like lava. A lot of the yellows and oranges and stuff. Looks like I'm gonna have to get a new large round brush though. For some reason it dried up on me, even though it was sitting in a cup of water, which is kind of weird. But it is what it is, I suppose. Kind of right now what I'm doing is I'm kind of separating the lava that's more cool from the warmer parts of the lava, if that makes sense. So these lighter areas I'm painting in is going to be like the part of the lava that's hotter than these darker areas, because as the lava cools, it becomes more like a rocky and whatnot. So I'm just kind of leaving some negative space for the cool areas of the lava. Right, I think I'm probably done with the this dark red color. I'm probably gonna move up to an even brighter color now. Alright, so now I'm gonna just go just straight red now. It was red with just a tad of black. Now I'm just gonna do straight red, so it's a little bit brighter. I'd show you the paint mixture, but my camera's on a tripod, so I don't want to move it too much. Get something to get these like blotches on here. I'm just kind of rubbing it out. Happens a lot when I use like the small brushes. Now you're gonna kind of see what I mean by okay, I'm gonna go a little bit darker, just so I have a little bit smoother of a gradients than that. It's a little too much of a difference. I want it to be more blend in a bit more. There we go, something like that. Now I'm kind of keeping in mind the areas that I think are going to be really hot versus, because as you can see here, it's real cool. The lava cooled off, so it's a lot more rocky, and then here so it'll hypothetically be a lot hotter in this region than over here. So I'll have most of the hot lava that's implied by these brighter colors on this side than it is on this side. But I still probably will go pretty far up into the near the cooler areas, just because I'm going to be going even brighter than this eventually. So this is still kind of cooler lava, this red color I'm using. Once I get into the oranges and yellows, you'll see what I mean. You can see you're starting to get some separation from the rocks and stuff. I'm thinking about actually going back into the darker red. Just to kind of get a little more detail on these rocks. There we go. I think it's looking pretty good. Now I'm going to go into a little more orange, even brighter, do more of the hotter areas. Just a red with just a little bit of yellow, not too much. Because we're not just going to gradients from lighter colors, but also adding more yellow as we get brighter. Kind of looking for like these big open areas in the lava to kind of yeah, I don't know if you can hear the bunny in the background. He's chewing on his cage. I have to add a little more paint. I love painting lava. It's just a lot of fun. All right. Now we're going to be going even and some more yellow and going even brighter. Just going to keep building up on that brightness. It's going to look more and more like lava every time you do it. but also want to kind of preserve the darks too. So now it's kind of a yellow-orange. And I try to build on the lighter tones. So kind of like here, you know, it's bright, and then I go over it again with an even brighter color. And I try not to go over the more darker colors, just kind of layer it on. Oh, someone want to go live together. Okay, this is new. I'm still kind of new to the whole live experience, but trying to hit invite here. I have no idea how to actually invite. Sorry, I missed the live or the invite. The little tripod that I'm using is like way above my head, so I have to kind of like stand up to see the text. So sometimes it takes me a little bit to kind of forget to check the comments. I have it bright orange here. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna go back into red. Just kind of want to brighten that up, but don't want it to be quite that bright. So I'm gonna go back into the reds here. back to the yellow, orange color. All right, now it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna start adding the bright yellows, and now it's really gonna kind of pop. Check it out. This is the hottest part of the lava. Just trying not to go over the darker areas and kind of go over the more lighter oranges with this yellow. Want to make sure that I keep the values kind of separated. It's looking pretty good. There's some more bright areas here. I'm halfway tempted to go even brighter. Just to kind of hopefully make it look even hotter in some areas. So I think I'm going to do that. Going even brighter yellow. Yeah, that works well. Cool thing is it's going to be like a snowscape too, so it's like fire and ice and stuff. Thought it'd be a cool touch. I think I'm done with the lava, at least for now. I might go back, try and a few other things, but as of right now, it's looking pretty good. I think. What do you guys think? Yeah. So now I'll probably start working on the stone here up near the foreground. So I'm gonna take this red. I'm gonna create this glare here. I'll show you what I mean. I want to make sure it's in the frame though. This tripod does not sit well on this table. There's gonna be a little cliff here. I want to create kind of this glowing effect because it's a lot brighter here. So I'm going to take a red color. Just kind of, it's a little too red. too bright too. Let's try this. That's probably pretty good. So it's kind of a burgundy red color. I don't know how well it shows up on the camera, but as it goes away from this light source here, it's going to start adding a bit more of the rock color. All right, I repaired my brush. That's good. Because I thought I lost this brush. It hardened on me, and I was kind of scared I lost it because this is a good brush. We're all good though. All right, now I'm gonna So my head's in the frame. I did an outline. It's really hard to see where the outline is over top of the painting, so I gotta kind of get all close to see it. Oh, there we go. Sorry I missed the live. I'm hitting invite, but for some reason it's not wanting me to yeah, boy. Hold on one sec, guys. Trying to close this now. There you go. Yeah, sorry, Alicia. I don't know how to go live together. It says invite, and I'm pressing it, but it's not letting me do anything. Oh, there we go. I sent something. So maybe that worked. We'll see. I'm still new to the whole live, obviously. So I apologize. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. Gonna start adding some blue now. And appreciate the likes, guys. And some blue and a tad of yellow, because I'm gonna start adding in this sky color. trying to make sure I got the right color scheme. I think I'm gonna go orange and add some black. I think it'd be more of a brownish black than a cool color. I think I'll start adding the cool colors once I start adding the sky reflection and stuff. Yeah, it's looking a little better. Putting in the the rocks. Need a little more paint now, so I'm just gonna hurry up and having a bit of trouble just trying to get the colors to be consistent, or at least the undercoat anyways. So I'm also trying to make it to where there's contrast between the land in the foreground versus the land in the background. Some more red. See this? A little bit of white. So as it gets closer to the lava here, it's gonna obviously have a little bit of a glow from the lava. Like so. Right now it just kind of looks like a clump of color. Once I start putting in some more detail in terms of lighting, it should start looking a lot more like rock. So I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to work on the occlusion shadows, which are kind of the cracks and crevices of these rocks. Because doing that just kind of gives me a better idea of like the overall shape. Gonna put some cracks here. It also will later on inform me kind of where to put the highlights and the skylights as well. I'm always nervous when I make rocks because sometimes it goes really well and other times it just does not turn out very good. Did notice that more often than not it turns out pretty decent, but there's always that risk and it makes me kind of nervous sometimes. But the lava turned out pretty well, I think. I'm kind of happy with the way that turned out. Now, if this is lava, I'm trying to think of how rocks form when it's like lava rocks. They're kind of multi-layered, kind of like squeezing toothpaste out of a toothpaste bottle. It kind of has this weird, it kind of folds in on itself. It's kind of hard to explain. So you got kind of like these different layers overlapping each other. Like, I don't know if you could really see it that well, but kind of like that. Add a little bit of water, which they say not to do with acrylics, and it is generally true, but a little bit doesn't work. But you never want to water down your paint too much. I just thin it down just slightly. So we got kind of the occlusion shadows kind of filled in. That gives me a much better idea of where to put more of the highlights and stuff once I get to that stage. And when I do this, I'm just kind of considering the direction of the actual rock itself. So just kind of look at the direction of the rock and kind of go along with that direction. The crazy thing is that every rock is different. Like, lava rocks are a lot different from like a cliff. From like a cliff that you'd see in like the Grand Canyon or something. There's all kinds of ways that You would think that all cliffs would be the same, but they're not. There's some similarities to it, like it still has the same principle in terms of light and shadow and stuff, but as far as like the cracks and stuff like that, the formation could be a lot different. But with this particular one, I think it's turning out pretty well and pretty accurate, I think. The more shadows I put in, the more highlights I could add too, and you'll see what I mean here in a sec once I start. Now this is tricky because I consider the overall shape, and so kind of going this way, and all of a sudden there's a rock that's kind of going that way, and they kind of gotta make it look like it's all one rock, like it all merges together well with the strokes. And I think I figured it out how I'm going to do it. I think that worked out pretty well. Sorry, the occlusion shadow probably isn't that entertaining to watch at the but it is quite fundamental to establishing the form of any type of surface or rock or anything like that. It's been many times where I just kind of skipped that whole process, and it came to bite me in the ass later. So I'm just kind of taking my time on this. Make sure that I have a good way to establish the form of the rock before I start putting in the lights and darks. Because if I didn't do this, the lights and darks will be mostly kind of guesswork. Okay, I think I'm ready to do a little bit on this side, maybe. Right, here we go. Now we're going to start adding the skylight. So I'm going to take the color of the sky right here. It's kind of a greenish blue. Saturate it quite a bit. Meaning I'm just adding black. And then adding a little bit of the rock color. Now I'm gonna like so. Might be able to go a bit brighter. So this is capturing the light of the sky. Since I've already kind of established the form using the occlusion shadows here, helps me get a better understanding of where to put these the highlights here. think the rock would be kind of flat here, so be a lot of skylight in this area. So definitely a lot of skylight on this edge here. Same as right here. It's on a tripod and it's kind of wonky. Still got a little bit of time. I'm at 20%, so I'll stick around a little longer. But appreciate all the people who watched and enjoyed. Hopefully enjoyed the painting process. I'm feeling pretty optimistic about this piece. I think I'll do the here, add some skylight here. By the way, when I'm doing the skylight, basically what I'm doing is how I know, like, kind of an idea of where to put it is I consider surface angle. So the sky is directly above you, and actually it's more of like a dome, meaning that the light from the sky doesn't just hit directly down, but it also hits from many different angles at about like 90 degrees. So pretty much any angle facing this way, or this way within that parameter, like, will be lit up by the skylight. So like this surface here that's flat will be illuminated by the sky, but obviously this area here that's facing that direction won't be getting any sky light. So that's kind of what I keep in mind, and making these occlusion shadows, these dark areas, kind of gives me an idea of the overall form in which I build the lights and stuff, to give me an idea. Otherwise it's kind of just guesswork. There's nothing wrong with that. You can still make it look good by just throwing in lights and darks kind of randomly, but I like it to have more like structure, and it just makes the whole process easier and come more natural. If that makes any sense. Alright, now this little thing, it's actually a heart, a large fiery heart in the sky. It's emitting light. I'm going to brighten it up too. Right now it doesn't look as bright as I want it to be. It's going to be catching some of that light now too. So I'm going to take that orangish red color and so right now I'm just making reddish orange. Then I'm going to add some black to mix in with it, because I'm adding the mixture of the rock as well. Mixed in with the color of the fiery heart there. That's our main light source. And again, I'm just considering angles. So this light source is right here, so any surface that's facing that direction is going to be lit up. Also, based on just space, this giant floating heart is behind this rock here, so it's just going to be like the edges of this this rock formation here, since it won't really be getting much light hitting here, for example, because if it was hitting like in this region, this heart would be, you know, in front of this little rock here. So most of the light is really just going to probably be on the edge of these rocks here. Like so. It's turned out pretty damn good, I think. Like another good example is, you know, this angle right here is facing that way, which isn't facing this way, so this would be left alone and wouldn't get any highlights. Things like that. And if that sounds like too dumbed down, I apologize. You'll be amazed at how easily you forget things like that when you're painting, though. I have to remind myself sometimes, too. I really have to just stop and think and consider the light source and stuff, because sometimes you get in a groove, and there's nothing wrong with that, but sometimes you get in a groove and you just kind of paint, and you don't really think or consider the light source as much. Then you make mistakes, and you're like, what the heck? And it's not until like way later, after the painting's pretty much done, you're like, oh, that's why I forgot to, you know, this angle didn't work out well. Things like that. Gonna add some highlights to here. It's yeah. I hope you guys are enjoying watching. I wish I could have like music or something, you know, playing in the background. And I know a lot of people do that, but I don't know if there's any like copyright problems that could happen if I do, you know. I don't know if there's like certain, can I like play the radio or something, or is there going to be like copyright? I don't know how any of that works, and I just don't want to get banned or anything like that, because I put a lot of work into this channel, and then it's like I'm terrified of losing it. So I just don't risk it. But if any of you guys know more than I do on how that works, you could just let me know. And I'd love to play music in the background and stuff and make it a lot more interesting than just me talking. But hopefully you're enjoying yourself and having a nice, relaxing weekend. Hopefully it's been a good weekend for you guys. Been focusing a lot more on my art than usual. Trying to start a gallery here soon. And pretty excited about that. But yeah, I think this is where I'll end live. My battery's almost dead. It's at like 10%, but I enjoyed it. Let me say farewell. I hate this freaking thing sometimes because it's so tight on the dang. I don't know if you could see me, but yeah, I had a lot of fun. Got a lot done. Still quite a bit more to do, but hopefully it turns out well. I think it will. Next section, I think I'll be doing this well, you can't really see it because it's drawn in. It's going to be this giant angelic being just standing there, like larger than the mountains there. And there's a whole kind of like story behind it. And I might go into it in one of my videos, like what it represents. But yeah, until then, gonna head off because the battery's about to die. And yeah, got a lot done. So you guys take care, and hope you guys have a great weekend. And again, I apologize, Alicia, she wanted to go live together, and I'm new to the whole TikTok live, and I tried clicking the invite prompt, but it's not doing anything. I don't know if there's like a setting that I have to change or something, but whoops, I sent it again. But yeah, sorry I couldn't invite you. It wasn't anything personal. Anyways, I digress. You guys take care.